See the Gourmet. I didn't see you last time. I didn't have my windows arranged right to see the chat, so I know I failed. It won't happen again. So as you guys can see, I've thrown in some optical media here. And boom, this is what we'll be playing. Ideally, I'd like to bust out the original PlayStation and my Black Label copy and play for you. But I really don't want to do that right now, and the PSP is already hooked up, and I obviously have it, so this is what you get to deal with. And I'm sorry about the load times. I got this so early on that I was still kind of against digital media, and I didn't want to buy it through the Sony store. I can't remember what they used to call it for PSP, but now I'm kicking myself in the butt because loading from the memory card is so much nicer. Wow, that's a little loud. Now, I do believe they remade this for this one. Yeah, this is not the original. My wife actually bought this for me with the special Darth Vader edition PSP. When I played the living hell out of it, I was kind of working my butt off when I was a lot younger, moving from place to place to try and, you know, save up enough money so my wife and I could get a place at the time. And I ended up leaving this in the glove box of her car after driving around to try and find some Wi-Fi to update it so I could play someone two-player, believe it or not. And her car got stolen later that night, but luckily I had taken the game out of it and I was playing I think it was Star Wars Battlefront that I had gotten with it, which was actually a half-decent game. All this looks to be about the same as I can remember. It's been a while since I played the original PlayStation version. I think it's a lot of the voiceover and the cell shading stuff that they've added, where they start adding the these and thous. Familiar, dwell within our land. You know, as I get older, the more I realize this game, I never realized it when I was younger. I just thought it was about a bunch of people fighting for power, which it totally is, but it kind of mimics our own political structure in a way. People will lie, murder, kill, I guess are the same thing, to achieve their own ways. Is anybody watching me? Probably not, because I'm just some dickhead wandering or rambling on. Forgot this doesn't auto-scroll. Looks good. I think I've got the S-video cables from my PlayStation, so it should look pretty good on there, but this is composite out, and I believe it was remastered. Although I think it's running in a wonky resolution, which I gotta find out how to crop that black out. I'll have to read on the message boards. I'm sure it's just something super easy. I always forgot about that. You have to hit over. I love this game for its battle system and the fact that you could change jobs, and I thought it added so much depth to it. And then when I found out how they integrated all the zodiac symbols to it, and you had better or worse compatibility with certain, not only sexes, but different zodiac signs, it just kind of blew my mind away and added an even deeper element to the game. And it really helped me understand trying to, I can't remember what the exact thing for it is, but you could basically get enemies to come over on your team. And I always had a horribly low percentage and could never figure out why. Well, when I started playing around with male and female for that job class, Like it was an Inquisitor or something. There's my handy H4n. Sorry about that, guys. I've been trying to prop it up so it'll isolate it from the fan sound because it looks like it's getting a lot of background noise. I believe this used to be an in-game cutscene in the original one. My microphone not sound like a dumbass. Well, more so than normal. Oh no, this was a hand-drawn animation. No, it was a render, and when they come under the stone bridge, it was actually the cover art, if I remember right, was derived from this original cutscene. You know, there is a part of me that does like cell shading, and they did rather well on this, I think. I'm also not 100% sure what a lot of people define as cell shading for artwork. So I've heard of some games being called that and then seen them, especially on the original PlayStation, and they look a little different than this. This actually has a lot more detail to it than more of the cell shading I've seen. It would be nice to play the game sometime soon. This is one of those games that, you know, I used to play this when I was a teenager in middle school, and I could easily I could come home at, 2, 3 in the afternoon. Yeah, usually about 2:30, and next thing I know, it'd be like 6 o'clock when my mom would be rolling in, and I hadn't done any of my homework or anything. And it was just like, I just fought like 1 or 2 battles, what the heck? And then there are times where if you got a good team and you're just trying to grind, you can knock 3 or 4 battles out in a matter of, 15, 20 minutes. So and then my buddy Michael down in Texas, he showed me that there is a way to grind, especially with the squires early on. You're going to be playing things as long as you want, get it down to one enemy and get him hurt so he's kneeling down, and he'll start trying to retreat away from you, and then at that point you just start raising all your people's stats with there's one squire ability, I can't remember what it is, and you start getting a whole bunch of job points, which yeah, they rewrote all this. That's what I thought. It's very similar to the original game, but they've kind of periodized it. Yeah, see, she used to call him father. I know I'm nitpicking, but I grew up on the original one, but don't get me wrong, still, this is an excellent game, and you should never pass it up if you can find it for what you think is a good price. I'll tell you what, if I saw it again for $10 and I had it in my pocket, I'd buy them until, the cows came home. PSPs are getting cheap these days, and I've often thought about picking a bunch of them up and trying to find some of the, few games that I ever heard of that were wireless ad hoc multiplayer, and getting a couple of people to sit down. If I could just make it seamless where everyone just sat down, picked up their thing, we were already ready to go, I think it could be a lot of fun. It's generally, a lot of the times that people don't want to do it is when you have to sit there and reset and do this and try to connect and make sure all your settings are right. It'll drive you nuts. I remember when I was a teenager, we used to do LAN parties, and at that time trying to network all our computers it was a god-awful nightmare, especially if we were trying to play DOS games inside of earlier versions of Windows. It seemed like a lot of the time that Windows NE would not talk to Windows 2000 for some odd reason, and then when the Windows XP came out, Professional would not like talking with Home or something like that for some odd reason. And so half the night we'd be sitting and all trying to install the same operating system so it would all talk to each other. And before we could even play games, and it used to be a nightmare. Kill them all. Anyways, I've been talking too much. We need to keep playing. It'd be nice to play a little bit of this every week. Yeah, they changed a lot of the names of jobs too, that's what I remember. They just went on all sorts of fuckery in this game, changing stuff perfectly fine the way it was. Yeah, you job-loving bastard. That's right, we use the D-pad with this, which is a good thing. I'll move here. No one will probably get in front of me, which kind of sucks. Let's see, we should stone somebody. Actually, hate that guy. And you know what? You get drop points and stuff either way. This is one of those stupid have to do battles anyways. There's quite a few of those in this game that you can't really get away from, and it does suck. Yay, she gained a level. First time I saw my buddy Tim playing this game, I was just hooked. Rent. That was some of the other stuff that I'm still nitpicking about all the changes, you bastards. You're screwing with the game that I loved so much and grew up with. I'll kill you. Oh, that chemist let that knife happen. Yeah, it took me a long time until somebody let me borrow one of the strategy manuals to fully understand the job system and why you want to level it, certain people up. It kind of always was weird to me that my friends had a lot more jobs open than I did. But then there were certain things that I think I remember I opened up a calculator and all of them were just like blown away. And they had never known how to do it. We couldn't really figure out. I think it says somewhere in here what the job requirements are for certain things, but we never found that. And when we finally got our hands on a strategy guide, it became so much nicer. One of the reasons that I flocked to this too was because of the supposed multiplayer battle, but when I finally did it with my friend Jesse, it was like upload your dream team that you want to fight with to the other person, and the computer then fights with your team against them, and the computer fights with their team against you, and you basically aren't fighting each other directly, which kind of upset me a little bit, because I want to fight my strategies against his strategies, because I used to try to play it a lot more when we were younger, but yeah. It is nice to see this particular game on a bigger screen. I played it a lot on this little bastard. Don't let the chemist heal himself. No! I'm gonna go over there. Oh. I was gonna say I was gonna go over there and stab him in the back. Took that night out. It's awesome. I swear, those are a little bit slower in this than they were in the original one. And they changed the way, well, they obviously changed the name, but I swear they changed the sound on some of those too. Well, I wanted to stab the chemist in the back, but he was smart and put it up against the wall. I did not realize, oh, that's right. His squire is a special one. You can equip night swords and stuff right off the bat. I always forget about that. Rams actually has a pretty sweet stock class. I can't remember if he actually is classified as a squire. We'll have to check if I can remember once this is done. I'm playing for a few minutes now. Hey, she got another job level? Or is that a regular one? Yay, another cutscene. There's quite a bit here in the beginning. Later you get into the game, not as much.
This way. Be quick. And try making a little less noise.
I'll not take orders from you.
You've quite a mouth on you, princess.
Hard of mouth on you.
Forgive me. 'Tis your birth and faith that wrong you, not I.
Well then. I've never known of such a way to punch someone in the stomach to knock them out.
Hold there!
I mean, I am just a stupid nerd, so maybe someone trained in the knightly arts would know.
Is it truly him?
Riding off on a chocobo like a gangster. Yeah, I know I probably said it wrong, but that's the way I grew up and saying it, so fuck off.
He lives? But why does he fight under the banner of Duke Cortana?
Dude. Come on, over with the cut screen. So weird here in the optical media in there and the lens moving around. We kind of have this weird rule at work that we can't play music, but if we play like soft and like kind of classical or instrumental music, we can usually get away with it. So last week I was playing original soundtracks that I found on YouTube with different video game soundtracks, and this, I happened to come across this one. I did not realize how much music was in this game. And a lot of the songs are, 2.5, 3 minutes long, which is pretty decent. But they're also made so they can loop infinitely and without, without you noticing too much. And so you gotta watch out for the ones that are like 2.5 hour long, this song right here, or whatever. Gary Land. Corpse Brigade. Okay. We're the backup. We're apprentices and we're supposed to be guarding the rear. Yeah. You know, it might be better to put the apprentices somewhere in the middle and maybe the trained guys that might not fall asleep in the rear. Maybe I'm just stupid. Military tactics and policy. Yes, we do. What? Rough data. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff on here, guys. If you guys want to see me replay any of these, let me know. So I could definitely... Jesus. What am I supposed to delete? The Final Fantasy file? Isn't that just awesome? Final Fantasy, no. You know, some of those I never even beat either. I just booted them up, saw that they worked, and then never played them. And I wasted so much money. Kind of like the Steam store. It really pisses me off. They're all on my file server, but when my Switch burnt out, I can't really get them off because my little 5-port Switch is barely running my house as is. Well, I would have shown you. That's right, we've got to fight. I learned in this game you'll get a lot of men coming after you, so you want to build up the female characters. Because just the females versus the males, you'll always have a better chance, usually, of pulling off an attack or a skill if you have a female character against a male. I remember I was playing through one particularly hard level and I kind of ran into it. I didn't really grind a whole lot and they had a bunch of female, I think they were rogues, and they were charming the shit out of all my men. And it took me like an hour and a half and a ton of Phoenix downs and a lot of swearing. So lesson learned. Run with the female group. I always like to do that first tilt up. Been stoned. Boom! It's always interesting to see what you get when you begin the game, because I swear it's never exactly set, especially when it comes to their stats, and those will affect their abilities and blah blah blah. Anything we can do right now to keep the lead going. Always a good idea. Move the chemist up as well. Why are they all equipped with re-equipped? That's fucked up. Where the hell is he going? Jackass? Why didn't you attack that other... Oh my god. He was right there in front of you. He hit you with the sword. You'd think you would kill him first. And of course, she's going to use a phoenix. Or, I mean, a potion. Makes me just want to fucking hit him with my own. She needs job points, unfortunately. Otherwise, I should hit him with my own sword. Oh, he's going after delete. Oh, yeah, he is. Who said I'll go after my woman? What's wrong with you? So I got Lars. Ooh. Did it say he was a scorpion? Oh, a squire. Man, they're just hammering delete, aren't they? Taking it from the back. Oh, that was actually pretty weak. Really nothing to brag about, believe it or not. Finally. I wonder if the rush will help me. You know, feel free to chime in too if you guys want to suggest anything to do. 9. What was the other one? 12? I did it right? Yeah. Leave with what, 24 life or so? I knew he was going to come up there. Good thing I faced her that way. He'd have rocked her. Watch him get like counterattacked and killed or something. Dumbass. And now he retreats. Jack off. Yeah, if he would have just been kept fighting the dude that was in front of him. Sidestepped or stumped something. 0% chance of hitting. Say watch him go run back into battle and get hit one more time and then run off again like a pussy. Wasting my potions on you, bro. You did not just hit my chemist. Oh, that's it. You guys are... Attack this fool. Got a stone in the butt. Butt stones. Hopefully, the next round we can take him out. Ooh, we can take him out right now. got someone training and backing up, which they usually don't, you're pretty well off. I usually build my canvas like a tent, healing tank. Ooh. Ooh. That's not good. Wow. He's got quite a bit of defense there, doesn't he? I hit you for 12. Take that. He's also not rocking a knight sword like I am. Come on, delete it, get in there. Hit that guy with a stone. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Brother can respect that. What? I should wait for that girl on the roof that is down to 0 now to transform before I go and get that guy. See, this is stuff like this that can make these things last a lot longer than they absolutely have to. I believe it's gonna try and kill him, but I think it's taking another round. Yep. See, and then I technically can't get over there, which I could probably throw a rock. Yeah, but I'm gonna wait. And she's going to throw a potion at somebody. Mainly just because she gets job points. See? So I was gonna try and do something. Hurt the leader. Good thing he doesn't have counter yet. So that's what I want. See, I always do the acquire abilities this way. Alright. Take this fool out. I know it's my own guy, but you still get experience points. And it's not like it's really gonna hurt him too much. Another tip my buddy Michael showed me. I never gave the guy credit, but he was a fucking genius at this game. Here I am, you know, almost 20 years later, still playing this game and still not comprehending all of it. I comprehend a hell of a lot more, but you know, then we start talking about deep dungeon, even though I made it all the way to the bottom. I remember that was after I finally got my my little PS1, the little white one, and I got the screen for it, and that was when they released the greatest hits version. And I bought it, and yeah, in the course of one summer, I found my way all the way to the bottom of deep dungeon, and it was a nightmare. A lot of like hour and a half long, battles, and like I think there were like 12 or 13 different areas of the dungeon, and you gotta have crystals to light up the path and all this crap. It was just god awful. God awful. Yeah, the one I usually do is focus. Black magic. I want everyone to get focused, because when you're not doing anything with them, if you use the focus, you'll actually get job points, which, even though they're not doing anything, really helps, because you still get experience for not doing anything. And this early in the game, I think I'm just going to grab fire and nothing else. Alright, so I used the first guy, which I think I gave him the magic, and then I used the last 3 females. Gotta remember that. This early in the game, it is a good idea for everyone to have items, because you're very low level and you could rush into some stuff that you might not be comfortable with yet. So everyone that can throw a potion is very well wanted. She should have a little bit of experience. Only 52 in the chemist, wow. And we gained a level with her, that's a little weird. That is a lot of it, actually. What does she have for fundamentals? Rush? What else can we hit her with? Actually, yeah, we should give her some black magic, that way she can actually defend herself. Chemists are definitely not known for defending themselves. At least not this early in the game, and once you get guns, then it becomes a little funny. Getting tagged from across the map with a freaking chemist with like a lightning gun or something. Probably got enough time to go one more, and then I'm gonna have to bounce. I've got dinner plans with the in-laws. I know, sounds all sorts of fun. Oh no, don't give me any reasons to stay here, guys. No, that would be terrible. Wouldn't want to do that. One of the things I do remember is you want to remove everything from your people that you can't really command when they're not in your employ, I guess. Sometimes they come with some really good stuff, and you want to give that to whoever your main people are. Usually I use Ramza a lot just because he's the protagonist and blah blah blah. And oh my god, more cutscenes. Oh wait, this is actually an in-game one. I don't think they changed this one. So we might not actually get to play another one if we don't get through all these cutscenes. Infrastructure, get my switches working again, and then I can have a dedicated streaming computer over underneath my TV, which would be really nice. Oh, sorry, I was pausing there for a second because I thought the music had hung up or something. Gotta remember, I am using optical media, kids. You know, those little spinny discs that you use a laser to read. I always did kind of like the PSP ones because they were half-ass encased in that plastic. Lord Father! You forget yourself, Ramza. You have come. Good. Let me look at you once more on your face. Shit, did I read that right? He's lowborn, but he could serve you well. I was just trying to get rid of him, man. He was a dick to me. He tried to poke my sister in the pooter. They're already knights and dukes. What the hell am I supposed to show them? Doesn't one of them even become a holy knight or something? Or some weird... something weird like that, man. Yeah, see, a lot of the time this is what you'll get is only 3 or 4, because you'll have some computer control character with you, and so that'll take up one of your normal spots that you would have in case you got, like, in a random battle here, where the computer wouldn't be fighting with you, because this is a plotline one. I gotta roll out of here in about 10 minutes, but... Oh, you know what I didn't do? I forgot now that I'm actually in the game, even though we're kind of out of the little introductory. I forgot to stock up on potions like an idiot. And yes, people, that is what I would normally choose. You get both sides of the story, and if he's guilty, then you let him kill him. And it looks like he's part of our forces, so that's always a good thing. I can't remember, I think if you choose the other one, Delita gets all pissed off at you and says, well, fine, I'll save him then. I remember the first couple of times I played this. I don't know if they changed the AI in this one. But those two guys, and I think maybe one of the others, would just obliterate him before I could even do anything. You know, Delita would get to move, but none of my other people would, and he would just die. And there was no grinding because this is literally the first place you get to go outside of that first battle. We'll chant to Delita. The question is, does it actually work if he's... Oh, well, it says it did. Oh, but it takes 10 of mine. I never noticed that. That's hardcore. Oh, you little bastard, you're lucky. We're gonna have to wait. I'm very familiar with this level. Playing this a lot with my buddy Tim when he was still living around here. We tried to pick up all our animals here, especially Kokobos, early on in the game. there's this point a couple of rounds after this where you have to go to the desert, and it always gave me trouble because it kind of it ramped up the difficulty, I thought, a little, quite a bit. Fudge. Yeah, see, now we lost. Yep. Now we got to start back over, which, oh, that sucks. That really does suck. But I think maybe that's my cue to go, and then maybe after dinner when I come back, we'll try again. We're still kind of working the kinks out of this, and yeah, that's awesome. It just automatically resets. So, but I'm rather happy with the PSP being able to stream it. So, yeah, let me know what you think. I know I suck. You hate me. Die, die, die. All that normal stuff. But again, if you want to watch other games, just let me know. You know, I'm really big fan of Metal Gear Peace Walker, so maybe Jack Offs might get to watch me play that a lot. Anyways, I'll talk to you. Or see you all later.